environments coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I lost the first stock of this set.
Yeah. That sounds about right. But anyway, what's not going to be a miss is definitely going to be this set. I am very excited to go into Boss Hog vs. OliveOily.
And this is something that I was gonna say. This is something you absolutely have a lot of history and background knowledge on. So yeah, tell us a bit about it.
But the biggest thing I'm excited to see is Oily hasn't actually been playing too much recently, but Oily has had phenomenal success against a lot of Kragg players, and also a lot of experience against a lot of back and forth with a lot of Kragg players over the course.
Oh my god!
Of this game, of her competitive career, we're already seeing her break out some very, very heavy punishment on Boss Hog. I'm pretty sure she's straight up has wins on every relevant Kragg that we have had in the region ever since she started playing.
Yeah, I mean, I even remember Oily getting top 8 at the last Genesis, so, you know, we already know that she's a very strong player, a very seasoned player, and more than ready, it seems, to take on whatever it is that Boss Hog is going to throw at her.
Another interesting thing as well to look at is the fact that this is not the first time they meet, it's not the first game where they meet in bracket. Boss Hog actually primarily being a Slap City player, so these two have a history in multiple games. And it's gonna be very interesting to see how it goes when it's on Oily's turfs instead of Boss Hog's.
Can I make you continue talking for one more second the most uncomfortable way right now, Slime? Call the set count. Call the set count, not the winner, just the set count.
The set count? Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest with you because there's too much blend in with Slap City as well, so I wouldn't be able to tell you which ones are rivals and which ones are Slap City. But already we're seeing this set actually be pretty close, and Boss Hog returning a pretty nice first stock with not too much of a deficit right now.
Only 50% found. I mean, obviously you can find kills on Wrastor from just about anywhere. Not quite. It didn't unfortunately have that second jump there to seal it out, and it is instead going to be the villain of the story, taking the second stock there, unable to grab that kill. There's such a potential there for an amazing combo there from Boss Hog, but didn't come through instead. Oily now off the side of the stage there, getting caught out by the rocks. Does get red there on the side roll, does grab that down smash, and now has to try and get back to stage. Obviously, Wrastor, those jumps are a valuable resource when getting back to stage, and whether or not Boss Hog's going to be able to hold on to the potential, the pressure there. Doesn't look like it's going to be the hugest of problems right now, obviously.
Oh my god!
Great up B, and there it is.
Yeah, and you know,
Evil takes game 1.
And Oily, you know, showing that, hey, if you're the scriptwriter, taunt to body is a true combo. You don't get taunt to get bodied. Simply write the script yourself.
That's a good plan. I hadn't thought about that. Just run your own tournament. You get to choose.
Yeah, why do you think I got second place for, you know, a year and a half? It was all to better the eventual first place, right?
Yeah. That's what it was.
That's what it was. And anyway, you know, Oily continuing on that dominance in this game. You know, don't let the percents tell you any different though.
Yeah, obviously, it takes a lot of work for Wrastor to rack up some percent, but it also doesn't take too much for Wrastor to go down. It's some of the worst DI we've seen tonight. I'll try and leave her alone now. Let her focus on the game. I had to have some fun with it, but yeah, no. Unfortunately, just getting caught out by that F tilt, kind of a stray hit. And Boss Hog able to kind of capitalize on it. Whether or not that's going to be a recurring trend, great conversion there into the down B to get Oily off stage. She is going to be able to find the tornado, landing back. Forward air comes through. It isn't quite going to be enough to convert into anything, but here this looks like it might be. Oh, going back for the down tilt does hit the poor little guy who just came out from a lovely moon, and instead is going to see a glorious down smash there to take the spike off the side of the stage. It's 2 stocks apiece, but 82% on this Wrastor. That's basically dead.
Yeah, but, you know, Oily trying to sneak her way back onto stage, still had a jump available, and gonna fastball with that neutral B means that she's on stage, she's able to do damage, and Boss Hog better start fearing for his life here, but that forward air out of disadvantage, going to take that stock, and all of a sudden, Oily's in a really weird spot.
Forward air is feeling like Flex Seal right now. Just apply it to anything, and it will fix the problem right now. Boss Hog just able to put that in most of the situations and solve any big problems that have come through right now. The biggest problem right now is that there is no percent on that Wrastor, so let's try and solve that right now. Trying to get the stock advantage as far as possible. Holding that rock is such a bad situation. And the bird going to clap down on that problem and kind of seal that one away. And now Boss Hog, who had a very comfortable advantage right now, has suddenly disappeared. It's now Oily racking up a lot of percentage, taking it to the top platform. It isn't going to be anything, you know, it's nothing to snuff at, though. There's been so much damage coming through. Oily's just keeping consistently on the pressure. Now Boss Hog off the side of the stage needs to make a change.
Ooh. Oh my god, Oily.
So close to being able to take that stock off the top of the stage right now. 50% is weird because it feels like these two both could die to just about any hit right now. 57% is a lot for Wrastor. Starts to get taken up to the top. The tornado for the chase, and no air dodge is going to get you out of that one, and that is game 2 over to Oily.
What the hell? that was looking so good for Boss Hog at the beginning of that. And Oily still clawing her way all the way back on Boss Hog's counter pick.
It's very interesting seeing what we're going to be seeing this time. I also wonder if we're going to be seeing same bands. We are going to be seeing same bands at first. We're going to see same stage. Well.
Oily, don't ban Rockwell next time, please. I can actually make those requests now. I don't have to. There's no requirement to stick away from it so far, and no requirement from staying away from beating up on this poor Kragg. Boss Hog having a rough time off stage right now, given no time to breathe. I say that. Here comes the turnaround. Starting to add a little bit of percentage on this Wrastor. You see that almost a third of the work gives half the percent right now for Kragg, but obviously you need twice as much to kill Kragg. But Wrastor, character that's able to deal so much damage, find so many combos, and Boss Hog having a hard time to really secure anything. Oh, very perfect rock there. Try and block that recovery out. Obviously isn't enough. Had so much potential there. 141 on this Kragg.
All right, and you know, 141. You know, that's a lot of damage, but it's a little bit of an awkward point because you know. Wrastor, very great at comboing into a kill, but the higher percent you get, the harder it is to combo into one. And Kragg, so heavy, so difficult to actually seal that one out on. But I don't know, I feel like right now you just need something raw.
Some sort of... Oh, yeah, there it is. I was going to say some sort of just a raw kill move there, like you say. Try and chase with that down smash, add it to the tick of down smash kills, I guess, at this point, but... Now it's just all extra percentage that you can find.
Oh my god!
Boss Hog, and it looks like there's going to be absolutely none. Just a down air and a taunt delivered to your front doorstep, and now it is 2 stocks apiece. A little bit of a lower pace to this one compared to the others.
But yeah, Oily taking a lot of damage here, but oh, Kragg holding rock could be really bad for Boss Hog here. Doing so much damage. This is what I said about those early percent combos. You know, Wrastor doesn't want you at 150. Wrastor wants you dead. And if Oily can say anything about it, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Only 58% found so far. Obviously, no sort of dead zone right now for Wrastor, but it could be in the death zone. As it's 100%. Yeah, there it is, the forward air coming in. It's that fix-all option, and now Oily on the back foot going into her final stock. She needs to try and steal this one as early as possible. But obviously, Kragg, not an easy character to try and find kills on, has so much weight, so much potential to set up with those rocks, with those pillars, to try and keep himself safe. Here comes the chase of the offstage. They're going for the up B to try and get either like a mistech or something like that, but not required so far. There's the clap through chase off the side of the stage. Doesn't end up converting into anything, but instead, the pillar simply sinks with the ship, and it's only 9% onto Oily.
Speaking of 9%, you know, definitely grew a little bit, but Oily, once again, in the position to put Boss Hog at a kill percent.
Yeah, kill percent definitely available right there on the Kragg as the chase is going to continue. Oily is not letting Boss Hog get any sort of a foothold on the stage, but it looks like 4 back airs is going to be the option. Ooh, barely missing the potential for a platform cancel there. It isn't going to come through. A little bit of a misexecution there, but it isn't going to cost her too badly. Instead, it could be this neutral loss. No, grabbing that cheap back air. Try and find a poke through and try and convert into something. Boss Hog, top of the stage, is looking a little bit dangerous here. Is looking for point number 3 right now. All of Oily chasing so aggressively on top of this Kragg, who really could just find a kill with just about any hit. Forward air is not quite going to be the one to take it. But really, and one more should be enough to do a great jump up there with the back end. Oh my god! And grabs the up smash. That one deserves a taunt. Wow. So that is point number 3 going over to OliveOily. Hard to... Yeah, wow. Really, really good chase. I think we're going to need some... Don't ban Rockwell.
You just want some silly gameplay.
I want some silly gameplay. sorry. Jules Vale is going to be the brand new, fresh and booming option coming out from these two. Obviously, it's one of the newer stages that we have available. I guess this isn't new at this point. It's 2 years old. I need to get out of the old know-how. It's only like 6 stages. Gotta pay for 2 of them with Aether coins.
Oh god!
All that goodness.
Back in my day, we didn't even have stage select online.
Oh yeah?
It was random every time. Tournaments were funny.
I was gonna say, I mean, now that we have the new netcode, I think it is random every time anyway. Everyone just spams random. You know, it's basically the same thing. Pick fans almost never get used. It's getting used to proficiency here, though, between these two. Obviously, no inch being given. It's just a random stage selection. That's why we're not seeing Rockwell, even though I desperately want it. And right now, stock is looking very much in peril for both of these two. The forward air does come through, and that's Boss Hog taking the first stock, but that really hasn't been enough for Boss Hog to really hold on to these leads for too much longer. That Rock getting yeeted might be Boss Hog on the docket next to get yeeted off the side of the stage. No percent getting added. There it is.
And Oily do be clapping out here, trying to make some new friends, trying not to make too many new enemies, because as far as she's concerned, nobody can really hold a candle to her right now. But Boss Hog, oh my, with the immediate combo and striking back, trying to say, hey, I don't care if you wrote the script, I'm gonna write my own.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is the winner who writes the novel, and it's looking like Boss Hog's looking to try and put himself into the history books at the moment. I have been so fixated on the fact that there's a pigeon in this game for like the last 30-45 seconds that I barely saw that last combo because I didn't notice the pigeon, and he's awesome.
Tony Tailslide? Yeah, he's great.
I've never seen him before. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Wow, speaking of awesome, what a quick conversion there from Boss Hog to take that second stock, and we do see a point going over to the Kragg.
Yeah, now, Tony Tailslide's history is essentially there's a tournament series called TAPS in New York.
Yes.
And Tony Tailslide is a real New Yorker. That's why he does the kickflip.
That's awesome.
Yes. You go to the part where I'm pretty sure it's not a kickflip, but we don't need to talk about that part. I don't know skateboard moves anymore.
I mean, I would need to see it again. And Oily is more than happy to oblige.
Let's see it. That's all I'm looking for this game right now, Oily. I don't care about your edge guard shenanigans. I don't care. I want to see a pigeon do a kickflip. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're all here for. Not necessarily the high quality rivals that seems to consistently show up out of nowhere. We're here for pigeons to do kickflips. And really, I think that's the best way to describe the combo game that Oily's been able to bring right now. It's just stylistic and unexpected. On top of, you know, Boss Hog just having a hard time really dealing with it so far and been able to apply that fix all that's been that forward air so far, but really that's been the only option. I think that's all Oily needs to fix at this point. Going for a big roll read there, doesn't end up working out. Instead, Boss Hog is going to find some stage control for the first time in this game. Start to really lay down some pressure there. The jab, no connection there with the ups. There it is, the up air. Gonna save the forward smash not connecting, but it looks like Oily could be in some serious peril right now. No, it's not gonna happen. There's that beautiful kickflip there from Tony.
Yeah, I think that's a kickflip.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
I mean, it was either a kickflip or a heel flip. I can't tell.
All right, you two take over. I'm going to Google this.
No. That depends on which side of the foot he uses, but we physically cannot tell.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to look up if pigeons have heels. Gotcha.
They do.
They definitely do. Anyway, what we're also seeing is definitely seeing a slight Achilles heel getting hit by Oily, and Oily finally losing the first stock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just like that, Oily's already racking up so much damage. Oh my god!
Double dunk coming out from Oily. Oh, an attempted double dunk coming out from Boss Hog. Not be quite as committal with his now.
It looks like Boss Hog's trying to answer with a little bit of style of their own, but it's not going to be working out so far. Obviously, Boss Hog's been under so much pressure right now. He is looking at a potential match point right here on his last stock of this fourth game. Really needs to try and even things up right now if he wants to try and keep the set going. Obviously, fourth game is not the end of the road, but it is a momentum swing, and really, if you give Oily an inch, he seems to take a mile right now, but it's going to be one stock apiece, 23% only on that Kragg, and it seems like Boss Hog is starting to make a way through this relentless offense that all of Oily's been able to provide so far to this game.
All right, and that's one parry on board, but Slipstream means that Oily has so much access to that speed, and this could be big.
Chase back forth. see who's going to be able to find that key moment. There's a lot of damage coming through from Kragg, but it's been a lot of stray hits so far. If there's any sort of conversion, that would be enough. Obviously, Oily needs that conversion to try and find some sort of a kill. Very few stray hits from Wrastor are going to be enough to take it, although we saw it in the previous game, that down smash not coming through. Well, the quick chase there from Boss Hog missed the eye there, but it isn't quite enough to take it. Only 99% now on the Wrastor. Has to make it back through this rock. Good use the tornado there, but instead the forward air, and it's game number 2 going to Boss Hog.
Yeah, and Boss Hog showing off the adaptation, and this is looking kind of spooky for Oily right now, but you know, that's still 3 games on the board for Oily, only 2 for Boss Hog. This is still definitely doable for both players, right? Those are random bans. Those are definitely random bans.
Those are the same bans that happened last game and are actually, to me... And, no, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Those are completely logical bans. All 3 of those were the same bans as last game, and I think all of those make sense against Oily.
That also...
I think he has someone a lot of experience. Played Oily. I think banning Blazing, Tempest, and Endless Abyss are very, very, very good bans against Oily.
All right, well, as somebody who's had lunch with her once, I think you're wrong.
All right, Bucko. You gotta fucking go. You've had lunch with her once. I've had lunch with her at least 5 times, bro.
Oh, well,
I've been to her house multiple times.
Yeah, no, that's
I've been with her family.
Raised by the OliveOily. The only thing is
so far starting off really good for Boss Hog.
Oh my god, yeah, bit of a reaction raise so far from OliveOily. She's not happy losing those 2 games. It seems a big change in momentum so far and really staying on top of it. There's that kick flip out of the pigeon as a celebration. I think that is well deserved at this point. Now, Boss Hog, you know, 62% on that Wrastor. You need to start making some stuff work, but really, he's been doing a super good job of finding that percent in these last 2 games, and that's why we see the set count the way it is. Boss Hog's been able to bring this back from the 3 deficit. I think you're going to need a little bit more of a difference to deal with the pursuit from OliveOily.
Yeah, an absolute shmoney coming out. You know, something that, you know, I'm pretty sure Tony would be very happy to see. But that forward air coming out from Boss Hog, immediately going to even things right back up, but not if Oily can do anything about it.
The anti-aviation forward air so far has been doing a very good job of sealing out these stocks versus Oily. Let's see whether or not this is going to be enough. That's actually some potential for a kill there. Boss Hog missing that up air. So close with that up tilt. There was really a lot of room for it. Now we see OliveOily trying to take the same path there to the top. Trying to take that Kragg nice and high. Does have to get that recovery right now. Doesn't have the pillar available. Does get back on stage. Now, side B, leaving him to state to get punished. Potential pressure there. I like the empty hops out of OliveOily to try and bait a defensive option and get some sort of conversion off of it. Obviously, very high percentage on these 2, but I really have to say that the Wrastor's in the worst position. Oh, potential there for the up air to come through. It doesn't end up happening, and there it is, a little bit of the weight with a forward, and we're tied 3-3.
And just like that, you know, Boss Hog's genuinely adapting really, really well. And, you know, Oily had such good combos leading up to that point. It's just, once you get to a certain point, the outright kill combos are a little bit harder to get to. I don't... You're saying
the real magic of a best of 9 is that, you know, if this had been a best of 5 that we normally see, you know, at the end of the tournament, we can see these 2 caliber of players being there, you know, it's 2 very, very strong players. And you know, best of 5, this would have been a 3-0. Yeah. But this is what happens when you give these players a little bit of extra time to adapt, is we're seeing a much closer set. And obviously, it's not like best of 5 is a bad format, but the quick adaptation that is required, it doesn't necessarily suit some players, and we're seeing Boss Hog really settle into this longer game count environment, and maybe OliveOily just losing a bit of her pressure that she had at the beginning of the set. None lost here, though, as the first stock is taken in under 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you know, this isn't Rockwall, but it is definitely going to be a banger of a game, because, dear lord, it is super, super close blast zones, and a single hit could immediately mean a kill.
Has been so far, and now you're looking at the side of the stage there. We got the forward airs coming through. Might be time for, I was gonna say time for OliveOily to reconsider, but she's able to find her way back to stage there. No problem.
Oh?
Quick conversion. Anything going to be coming through? I like that rock there to block any potential like aerial pursuits there. The rock that doesn't take it. Great DI. from OliveOily to keep her alive there at the edge of the stage, getting hit by the rocket. Very high percentage. The squad takes it. Could be looking down a game 4, a 4th point for OliveOily. We do see the score is 3-3 at the moment, but really this game does not look close at all.
Yeah, and there's so much damage coming out. This could be big. Boss Hog?
It's able to make it back to stage. Back to pillar at least, having a hard time actually getting that platform back.
Oh my god!
Gets the broken pillar that I think was Boss Hog there, and grabs a 3-stock. That's a statement.
It really is. Oh lord. The amount of metal damage that can potentially cause, I'm not even sure. Like, I hope Boss Hog has a stage that he's confident enough in to feel like he can catch his breath on, because dear lord, the small stage actually working so much better in Oily's favor than I expected to, especially considering it was a previous ban on Oily's part. Oily swapping around a ban to something she could have just called the Athar on. Ending up going Jules Veil either way.
Jules Veil is going to be the pickup.
There's no jump on Boss Hog right now, by the way. There's no jump, and this is going to force the pillar, but it's still only getting a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah. I mean, that's really necessary at this point. I mean, you need as much.
Oh my god!
Quick DI mix up, grabbing that forward smash, and that's already first stock over the Boss Hog, who's looking a little bit shaky.
I was gonna say that Slipstream being beaten out hurts a little bit, but shouldn't be too impactful. But oh my god, Oily does not care. Like, Oily doesn't care what you try to take away, as long as Oily's on Wrastor. I feel like this is just is.
Oh, just barely touching the edge of the pillar there, but it doesn't seem to matter. Oily! Take it easy! There's so much coming out of the side of that stage. There's so much pressure from Oily, and there's no safe zone allowed. We've already seen 2 stocks fall as we just rolled through the first minute of play. The Boss Hog, we were worried if he was looking a little bit shaky. We were saying maybe the longer format was fitting him, but suddenly, OliveOily turning this completely around. There's no such thing as momentum on the rock side. There's the first stock we've seen him take in 2 games.
I mean, the thing is, you know, Oily really do be out here throwing for content. You know, I don't know. Maybe she throws away this game. Who knows? But either way, Oily's playing ridiculously well here, and Boss Hog just doesn't have an answer.
Let's find a way back to stage. You're breaking through the rock with the dash attack there. There's no fear coming out from this Wrastor right now, just breaking through a massive projectile. Does a lot of damage, and there's no fear there, just breaking through, able to find a conversion off of it, find some damage, and now we're back in what must feel like PTSD there from Boss Hog. It's such a bad experience on that bottom blast zone there, and now OliveOily turning around this edge guard. There's no pillar available, going for those downers to try and push Boss Hog off to the side. Let's grab the tech there. Now OliveOily just carefully guarding the side stage, and that forward smash is going to seal it up. 5-3 finish for OliveOily. That is
Oily
it.
was angry.
Yeah, I feel bad for saying that. Maybe she's losing that 3-0 close, and Boss Hog turns it around for a little while there, but it is all OliveOily in those last